Hey guys, it's John from Album Review TV. Time for a review of the new album from Kings of Leon titled Mechanical Bull. Now you'll notice once again they've got that whole syllable thing going on. Mechanical Bull. 5 syllables, all of their album titles. Southern rock, alternative rock, indie rock. They fall into a lot of categories with their music, and more recently with Come Around Sundown they were definitely more on the southern rock side of things, especially with tracks like Mary and Back Down South. They really started showing off that southern flavor that's in the Follow blood. But here on this new album, Mechanical Bull, they've definitely recharged things with more of an alternative feel, mixed with that southern rock. Definitely some like 70s flavor thrown in there, which is a really cool addition. And me personally, I've just never had a Kings of Leon record that like the whole thing, I'm just like, yes, I love it. Just the whole thing. I love a lot of their records, but just not every single thing about it. And that's the problem for me once again with Mechanical Bull. Love a ton of things about this record, and it's one of the best albums I've listened to as of recent. But there's still things that hold me back from completely loving it. Now, with Caleb Followill and his writing style for the whole band really, I feel like half the time we see vulnerable Caleb and half the time we see like cocky, confident, bold Caleb that just has no fear. But it usually makes for a nice mix on the type of songs we get. We get a little bit of like more of that slower side, I feel like, on Mechanical Bull, which is interesting to me because they were talking about this album and they said it was going to be more upbeat and more upbeat tracks. And not to say that I'm disappointed, because Kings of Leon do slow songs really well most of the time, but just them hyping it up as more of an upbeat record, I don't know if that was really entirely accurate. Now, the first half of this album definitely packs more of a punch than the second half. Let's go ahead and get started. I want to talk about some of the tracks that I really enjoyed, and of course some of the ones that I didn't as much. Supersoaker was the first single off of this record, and it's honestly one of my favorite songs of the year, along with being the best on the album. Supersoaker definitely has kind of a blast from the past feel, opens up immediately. As soon as I heard that opening guitar riff, I knew that I would like the song. The bass kicks in, everything works so well together on this song. It's extremely catchy. It's got something that's going to have fans singing along, but at the same time, it's still got that all-out rock and roll feel to it. Straight rock and roll here, no magic tricks up their sleeves, no electronics or anything like that. Just an upbeat, four-to-the-floor rock track. Sing-along lyrics, hard-hitting guitars, powering bass line. It just makes for an amazing listen all the way through. Well done, Followills. Don't Matter is a close second favorite actually for me on this record. I really like the way that the guitar sounds kind of edgy. Caleb sounds cocky, but also at the same time it comes off really smooth, and it doesn't sound like douchey or anything like that. The way he's saying things, it just sounds really cool, and it's definitely got more of an older feel to it. Once again, I like the way they did some of those throwback feels on a lot of these songs. One of the coolest songs on the album, Lyrically, I like the way that Caleb, once again, like he presents himself here singing on this track. The album starts off with these 3 punchy songs, and Don't Matter really tops it off with that flying guitar solo that channels the band's inner Lynyrd Skynyrd. Then you've got tracks like Beautiful War and Wait For Me, more of the ballad style songs. Beautiful War is really honest and true, which is refreshing to see at this point in the album. I love the line, although possibly a little bit overused and said quite often. It's always a good reminder to hear. Love don't mean a thing unless there's something worth fighting for. It's so true. Wait For Me is the second kind of ballad from the album, as well as being the second official single. And it definitely has that opening guitar riff that reminds me of something from the early 2000s. I can't quite place it. I'm not exactly sure what it's reminding me of, but it sounds very familiar in a good way. I really like the echo that they have on the guitars. It makes for a very nostalgic feel on some of the track, and it really comes through sounding like, I don't know, it sounds honest once again, and it's nice to see Caleb kind of just like yearning and longing for a lover to wait for him. The track Rock City is full of old school flavor, from the 70s toned guitars, Caleb's distinct vocals singing of drugs, women and making his way home. The claps work really well on this song in particular. They're in sync with the drum stomps here. The guitar absolutely cannot be ignored. It sounds free and fun, which is something great to see the band doing, having fun recording together and playing together once again. Temple isn't anything too amazing in terms of rock music, but it clearly gets the job done on providing another upbeat yet somewhat heartfelt and relatable tune. The verses are a little bit weak. The chorus, while not fascinating lyrically, benefits from its catchiness. Then you've got Family Tree, which, you know, it sees the band kind of reflecting on things, I feel like, over the past few years, everything that went down. Why does everyone give a big hot damn on what the band is going through? It shouldn't mean a thing to you, Caleb sings. It's true. The band's personal lives were definitely put in the media's very always present eye. And after Caleb's meltdown on stage in 2011, definitely everyone had their attention set to the band, thought they were breaking up, etc., etc. And I feel like that a lot of this song addresses that. It's got a southern rock feel to it once again, something the band is no stranger to, of course. And it's definitely got a really cool groove to it as well. A big sing-along chorus, big guitars and drums, and an overall feel that makes you just kind of want to nod your head along with the rhythm of the song. The final 4 tracks on the album, which are Comeback Story, Tonight, Coming Back Again, and On the Chin, kind of hit a lull in the album. Coming Back Again is one that definitely picks the album up kind of from that rut that they fell into. Comeback Story was kind of uninteresting. It had a southern rock feel to it once again, but it never really builds to any particular climax and feels kind of like a generic slice of the good old Kings of Leon cake. But like I said, Coming Back Again kind of picks that back up from where they left off with Family Tree. Prominent, shimmering guitar riffs and powerful vocals from Caleb, so definitely makes for an entertaining listen, but it kind of goes out on a little bit of a slower and less entertaining and fascinating note with On the Chin. Overall, I do enjoy the majority of this record. It's very entertaining and I'm definitely going to be picking it up. As you can see, I decided to display the deluxe version of the album cover because honestly it looks a lot better than the standard edition, even though I am reviewing the standard edition because I typically try not to review the deluxe edition. I feel like, you know, if the band chose, you know, 11 tracks, 12 tracks, however many tracks to put on the standard edition of the album, those are the ones that they wanted out there the most, more than anything, so those are the ones that I try to review. So let me know what you thought about the album in the comments section down below. For me personally, it's a 4 out of 5. Thanks for watching, guys, and of course find me on Facebook, Twitter, and of course my vlog channel where I show you guys my weekly life. Vlogs uploaded every Sunday night, and of course everything is just in the links in the description. Of course you can see the overall rating, favorite tracks, least favorite tracks from this album in the description as well. Thanks for watching and subscribing, guys. Album Review TV, beyond the reviews.